You lock your door every night, but what if one day you walked outside and were never seen again? No note, no body, no explanation. Tonight, you're about to hear true stories that still haunt investigators. Cases so strange that even decades later, no one knows what really happened. And the final disappearance may be the most disturbing of all. Stay with me, because once you hear these stories, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Let's start with a case that vanished into thin air. But before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. In 1910, a man named Ambrose Bierce boarded a train in Texas. He was famous, a respected writer, sharp-minded, well-connected. He was heading south, toward Mexico, toward a violent revolution. Then he sent one final letter. It ended with a chilling line. Regards to you in Mexico. After that, nothing. No sightings, no remains, and no confirmed records. Some believe he was executed. Others think he joined the fighting. A few believe he planned his disappearance. But here's the part that keeps people awake at night. Ambrose Bierce loved writing about death. He often joked about vanishing on purpose. Did he plan the perfect ending to his own story? Or did history erase him? No one knows. And that's just the beginning. Now let's move to the open ocean. In 1872, a ship called the Mary Celeste was found drifting near the Azores. The sails were up. The cargo was intact. Food was still on board. But the crew, gone. Every single person had vanished. There was no sign of a struggle, no blood, no damage. The captain's log stopped suddenly, as if someone simply put the pen down and walked away. Here's what makes this terrifying. The crew's lifeboat was missing. But why abandon a perfectly good ship? There was no storm, no enemy ship nearby. Some theories blame pirates, others suggest toxic fumes. Some even whisper about sea monsters. But the truth? The Mary Celeste never gave up its secret, and it's still one of the most famous disappearances in history. Now listen closely, because this next story involves a child. In 1874, a 2-year-old boy named Charlie Ross was playing outside his home in Pennsylvania. 2 men approached him with candy. Charlie climbed into their wagon, and he was never seen again. His parents received ransom letters, huge demands, cryptic messages, but the kidnappers were killed during a robbery before anything could be resolved. They took the truth with them. Charlie was never found. Here's the chilling part. For decades, men would appear claiming to be Charlie. Some truly believed it, others were clearly lying. His parents died without knowing what happened to their son. And Charlie Ross became America's first major kidnapping case. Even today, his fate remains a mystery. Let's jump forward in time to 1937. A woman named Amelia Earhart prepared for history. She was attempting to fly around the world, something no woman had ever done. Confident, experienced, fearless. Then over the Pacific Ocean, her radio messages grew desperate. She said she was running low on fuel. She said she couldn't see land. Then, silence. Massive search efforts followed. Ships, planes, thousands of miles scanned. Nothing, no wreckage, no remains, just questions. Some believe she crashed into the ocean. Others think she landed on a remote island. There are even theories she was captured. Here's what makes this case so unsettling. Decades later, possible bones were found, then lost, then debated. Every few years, a new clue appears, and every time, it leads to another dead end. Amelia Earhart disappeared into legend, and the sky never gave her back. Now imagine this. You're a soldier, well-trained, armed, not alone. In 1971, Private Richard Colvin Cox vanished from a U.S. Army base in New York. He was 21 years old. He had duties that morning, but when roll call happened, Cox was gone. His locker was untouched. No signs of a struggle. Witnesses claimed they saw him walking toward town. Then, nothing. Some believe he deserted. Others think he was kidnapped. A few believe something far darker happened. Here's the part that makes this disturbing. Years later, strange tips came in. Some claimed he was living under a new name. Others claimed he was dead. No proof ever surfaced. A trained soldier vanished from a guarded base, and no one can explain how. Now let's go somewhere colder, much colder. In 1930, 3 men were stationed on Moor, a remote island in Scotland. Their job was simple: maintain a lighthouse. When a relief crew arrived, something felt wrong. The lighthouse was unlocked, food was on the table, a chair was knocked over. But the men? Gone. Their coats were missing, meaning they left during a storm. But why would experienced lighthouse keepers abandon their post? One theory suggests a massive wave swept them away. Another suggests they went mad. But here's what chills people. The lighthouse clock had stopped, as if time itself froze the moment they disappeared. Ready for something even stranger? In 1959, a man named Harold Holt went swimming in Australia. He was the Prime Minister, a powerful man, heavily guarded. The sea was rough that day. He walked into the water and vanished. Search teams swarmed the area. Helicopters scanned the coast. Nothing. No body was ever found. Some believe he drowned. Others believe he staged his disappearance. A few even believe he was taken by a foreign submarine. The truth? Even world leaders can disappear without a trace. Now pay attention, because this next case happened in broad daylight. In 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 took off with 239 people on board. Then it vanished. Radar lost contact. Signals stopped. Search efforts became the largest in aviation history. Pieces of wreckage were found years later, scattered, broken, but the main wreckage never located. Why did the plane change direction? Why did it fly for hours after losing contact? Theories exploded: pilot involvement, mechanical failure, hijacking. But no answer fits perfectly. Hundreds of families are still waiting, and the sky still holds its secret. Now let's go back in time again, to ancient Rome. In 88 BC, an entire Roman legion vanished. Thousands of soldiers, fully equipped, well-trained. They marched east and were never heard from again. No battlefield, no mass grave. Some believe they were captured. Others think they settled far away under new identities. There are even rumors they reached China. Imagine that, an entire army disappearing. History simply shrugs. Now for a disappearance that feels personal. In 2009, a man named Mitchell Weiser went hiking with his wife in California's Death Valley. He walked ahead for a moment, just a moment. When his wife turned back, he was gone. Search teams found footprints. Then they stopped, as if he vanished mid-step. No signs of injury, no signs of struggle. Years later, his remains were found miles away. But how he got there? Still unknown. Death Valley lived up to its name. Now let me ask you something. How many people disappear every year? Thousands. Some are found, some are not. In some cases, refuse to stay buried. Like this one. In 1938, a woman known only as the Lady of the Dunes was found dead on a beach in Massachusetts. No ID, no missing person match. For decades, her identity remained a mystery. Then over 40 years later, she was finally identified. But her killer, still unknown. She disappeared in life, and justice never found her. Now here's another case that feels impossible. In 1974, an Australian pilot named Frederick Valentich flew a small plane over the ocean. During the flight, he radioed air control. He said something was following him. He said it wasn't an aircraft. Then the transmission cut out. His plane was never found. No wreckage, no fuel slick, just silence. To this day, no one knows what chased him or where he went. Now let's end with a case that still sends chills down spines. In 1945, 5 U.S. Navy planes flew over the Bermuda Triangle. Training mission, clear weather. Then the radio messages began. The pilots sounded confused, lost. Their compasses weren't working. One by one, the planes vanished. A rescue plane was sent. It vanished too. No wreckage was ever found. This became known as Flight 19. Some blame magnetic anomalies. Others blame human error. But many believe the Bermuda Triangle hides something far stranger. Whatever happened that day, the ocean kept its answer. But here's the part most people never think about. Every disappearance leaves a shadow. Families waiting by phones that never ring, beds that are never slept in again, questions that never fade. Time moves on, but for them it freezes, because not knowing is its own kind of torture. Here's the truth. History is full of gaps, empty spaces where people should be. Some disappearances have explanations, others never will, and that's what makes them terrifying. Because if someone can vanish without a trace, so can anyone, including people just like you. So the next time you walk outside, pause for a second. Listen. Because history proves one thing. Sometimes people don't leave this world. They simply disappear.